Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to all of you. Wanted to I missed yesterday. Yesterday went flying by. I got caught doing a bunch of things, and then my beautiful daughter came over. We started doing some work together on her Amazon business, and that just kind of took off from there. And then it was time to go home. I didn't realize that I hadn't done it until last night. I was in bed, and I was like, I went on live on one group. It failed to go on my own, so I apologize. I hope I didn't ruin your day. I'm going to talk just a little bit, brief talk on yourselves, working on yourselves and positivity and taking responsibility and not pushing it on others. So let's go over 10 tips to a happier life, which if we apply to business will also make us a happier business owner and make our businesses a happier, more fun place to work. In case you have workers, and if you don't, then maybe you apply these so that you'll grow fast enough that you'll need workers, and then you can start making their day. Number one, walk every day. It'll do wonders to your spirit. And I firmly believe that, and I can get all scientific on everybody, but I firmly believe that increased oxygen to the brain will not only affect your spirit, your mood, and make it positive, but it'll help you think clearer, have better ideas, and be sharper and more wittier than not. And from just a numbers perspective, there are far more people on this world than there were 100 or 200 or 300 years ago. There are far less trees in this world than there are then. So by math, humans take in oxygen and expel out carbon dioxide. Plants do the opposite. So with more humans, less plants, there's less oxygen in our air than there was. And so I think we're getting dumber. I think there's a lot of, we're backtracking, a lot of barbaric activity going on. But actively work on getting more oxygen in your system. Take a walk every day, even if it's 5-10 minutes. But make this a decision. Number two, sit in silence each day. Pray, meditate, or just breathe. It's very important to let your body have that. Even if it's in preparation for a bunch of BS that's coming. But give yourself the silence that you deserve. Even, like I said, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes. Eat more foods that grow on plants and less foods that are manufactured by plants. And if you stop and you think about life and the way that things have changed, especially in the last several years, you can get caught on Netflix forever, but there's some documentaries on just food and farming. And I don't know why. Obviously my dad's side, they're dairy farmers. And it's always intrigued me. So I've watched these things, like I'll lay in bed and have some wind down time with the kids, and we'll watch stuff like just documentaries on this stuff. But literally they're bioengineering fruits on plants that are already existing. They're not changing them in what they are and how they taste. They're making them bigger. And in doing this, they're making the health value of them decrease. And so literally we're taking what God has given us and changing them so we can commercialize them and make them more valuable. But we're taking the value of them for your bodies and taking that out of it so that they're not as good for you as they once were. Samantha and I have had talks about global warming and my take on that, and ice caps melting and all this other stuff. And do I think stuff like that is happening? Yes. But do I think that we're going to have the oceans flood the density of the ice in comparison to the water, if it were to melt based on the evaporation of what's already occurring, the ice is already in the water, making the water level what it is today. So as it melts, it's just replacing the properties of the ice that's already underwater with water. So I don't think that it's going to it's going to change the temperature. I'm not saying it isn't happening, but if you think about it, we're trading ice for water because the ice on top is turning to water flowing into the ocean, which makes the ice that's under the water come up more. So they're just trading places anyway. I don't know why I got off on that, but we're changing the world, and it's not good. God made things the way they were and looked at it and said it was good. Not, okay, man, now let's see if you can make what I made better. That's not the way God works. So number 4, try to make at least 3 people smile every day. And this one is a personal challenge from me to everybody listening. I would start with your inner circle and work your way out. If you can make 3 people within your, let's say, make yourself 5 people that you interact with on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be daily. If you're married, obviously your spouse. If you have kids, obviously your kids. But let's just say it's make 5 or 10 people that you interact with in every week. So it could be someone you see once a week. It could be someone you see daily. But make at least 3 people every day smile, and let the ripple effect take over. Let them start, because once you start to make someone else's day, then they will turn to make others, and it just goes from there. Don't waste precious energy on gossip, negative thoughts, or things you cannot control. Instead, invest your energy in the positive. This brings up another quote that I was going to look at for you guys. Anyone notice? This is a quote or a thought about when Michael Jordan's The Last Dance came up. That when Michael Jordan got cut from the varsity team in the 10th grade, his mom's response was to work hard all summer. She didn't call the coach, the athletic director, superintendent. What are you doing? Why'd you cut my kid? If you watch Coach Carter, that's what happens. He cuts people. Mom gets all involved, all pissed off, and is in the office. That's not what Jordan's mom did. She's like, okay, you weren't good enough, so it'll get better. A lot of times you want to defend your kids, and I'm the same way. No one messes with my family, but you've got to let them fight their own battles and make them stronger for some of their adversity. You can't shield your children or your family from adversity all the time, because if you think you can, then they're going to not know how to handle it when it actually hits them in a place where you can't protect them from it. You can't win every argument. Now, those of you who know me know I like to argue, I like to debate, and I don't like to lose. So this is something that is true and is something that I need to work on. Winning it is not something that's always necessary. It's okay to, even if you're wrong, it's okay to admit you're wrong, which is also another hard one for most people. Make peace with your past so it won't spoil the present. So many things that are in our past we let fester, and always affects our present, whether that's friendships, bad decisions, missed opportunities. There's all kinds of things in the past that we need to come to grips with, accept, move on from, that are spoiling our present or the opportunities we have. So maybe part of your sitting in silence each day is reflecting on things that you haven't even thought of for a while, that you just need to seek closure on so that you can move on. No one is in charge of your happiness except for you. Now, this goes a long ways with the morning mindset. The reason I do this for myself and for hopefully others is to get your mind thinking correctly, because God gave us our brains and our minds one of the most strong and important tools that we undervalue on a regular basis. You can actually convince yourself that things aren't as bad as they are, that you are happy when you're sad, that you can fight through things, and that you're not going to give someone the power to take that happiness from you, but you have to not give them that power over you. And that's just a training of your mind, and it takes time, but it can be done, because literally that's what you're doing, is giving the power to someone else over yourself. Keep perspective when things go wrong by asking yourself these words: in 5 years, will this matter? I like to think that what I'm doing, the foundation I'm building for this business, will matter in 5 years. My goal is in the next 7 to 10 years be making enough money, having enough value between the multiple revenue streams that at some point I can sell this business for several $1,000,000 and start over and do it again and flip another business. But we'll see what God's got in store for me. This was a good 10-minute talk. I hope you guys all enjoyed this, especially the little 10 things you can do. Stay in charge of yourselves. Don't give the power to anybody else. Stay strong in your mindset. Work on it every day. In closing, someone had posted something on a LinkedIn wall or whatever they call it that made me smile, and it says, "Why is it that we give our vehicles regular monthly maintenance checks and make sure that they're running at premium levels, but we don't do that for our own bodies? Are we not more valuable than our cars?" So I'm going to leave you today with that thought. You are more valuable than your car. Take care of yourself. God loves you, so do I. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.